What is up, guys? Welcome back to the stream. Yeah, today I finally got my handbrake, and today we're just gonna be drifting properly. I don't know why Content Manager isn't open, but yeah, my handbrake finally arrived. Took a little bit of fiddling with it to get it to work finally, but it works now. That's the shifter, but the handbrake's right here, right next to it. Um, Yeah, so today we'll the same thing as yesterday almost. Just this time we'll be learning properly because last time I didn't have a handbrake and that was kind of messing up some of the drifts that I was doing. So we are going to do probably a rally stage, but primarily I want to try out the drift track because I've never been able to really master that one because I don't have a handbrake. But now I do, and that's a great thing. Um I need to put my gloves on, but how has my audience been? I love Miatas because they're like go-karts. It's like they handle a lot like go-karts. Being because they're small and also higher speeds. Being like, let's say you're going 80 miles per hour in a Miata, it's gonna feel blazing fast. But you go 80 miles per hour in a truck, it's not gonna feel that fast. I think that's loud enough. Is this the camera? There we go. I don't know why it was so close. Okay. Hmm. Alright, let's try that again. So I have the handbrake. I'm not using it right now. And I wish there was like a handbrake thing. Okay, it's a little harder. Okay. My front bumper and windshield are destroyed, but I know it works now. So I know the handbrake works. See, I'm holding it right there and you guys can see right there, throttle is to the max. So, what we are trying to do is just initiate a drift. Let's say right here. So also, something that I just saw right now, I should probably turn down the force feedback. The force feedback is very strong. Hmm. Okay, there's a whole bunch of settings here. I don't even, but gain. I don't even know what this does, but I'm not gonna mess with it. I'll just see how it goes. let's let's try a rally stage just because I have the handbrake now, and I will try it with a rally car. Also, probably a legendary hill climb car would be the Suzuki Escudo V6. That was probably a very good one. Ugh. So let's. What did I do wrong there? I went in too fast. Jump. Also, rally cars use sequential shifters. And I do have the attachment for the sequential, but I have to go get it. Ay. Rally drivers, I have a whole lot of respect for rally drivers. But yeah, I have to find a way to like I think it's primarily because my force feedback is very high. Let's see if that one's good. I'm gonna test it. So I just kind of fix it. It is softer, but hit the thing again. Whoa. So I almost died there, but let's actually get a proper drift car. I think we're gonna still drive. Where's that RX-7? Not that one. I had an RX-7, but let's. Yeah, I'm gonna drive that RX-7 just because I've never driven it before. Yeah, this one, the Veil side. I don't know why it doesn't say drift. It doesn't come up on the drift section. And there's not the one of Fast and the Furious. This is a nice color though. The Highlands. This one was pretty good because it has like a center thing. It had like a roundabout is what they're called. But it's good for doing donuts. That rotary engine sounds awesome. And it's turbocharged. You know what, let me turn around right here. And let me... Right here, we're just going to try to do donuts. Let's reverse. Okay, let's keep drifting. So I initiated that drift with the handbrake. And the initiation felt better than yesterday. So that one was decent, but I'm not using the handbrake. And I know you're supposed to on some corners. See right there, probably less speed. Maybe first gear. Let's reverse. So we're gonna try that corner in low RPM second gear. Yeah, see, it's just like the engine like cuts off. Let's keep going. Hey, see, that was decent, but not on purpose. Right here. That one was better, but it wasn't that good. And a lot of this is just gonna come down to knowing what to do at the right time. That's what racing is basically. I really like this one. The Highland Shore. I want to see if there's a track where this one is joined with this one. But let's try it on that one. The Highlands Drift. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'll see if I'll text you. So the car you won't like drive if your steering is turned too much, is what I've seen. So I really like this BMW for a number of reasons, but one being it's really fun to drive. It's like that one was good actually, pretty good. Maybe less speed, but that was pretty good. Hey. The drifts were decent, I'll say that. And from when we started 20 minutes ago, it's definitely an improvement, but let's keep trying. I'm gonna keep switching the tracks just because it's good to get practice on different tracks. Vallanuga, Vallalunga seems decent, but Should we do this one or the this is the club track, and then this is the classic, and there's present. I think this one, just because like it has all of these turns and then it has some high speed ones, it gives like a mix of all of them. Also, the difficult thing about the handbrake is that immediately it's like you were to lift off of the gas. You need like somewhat of a high speed. And I already clipped the side fender. I'm going to try that again. I actually really like that one on third gear. That it'd be so fun to be able to hit that drift right there. I'm not gonna shift past third gear. I am gonna brake right here. So I hit the rear bumper and side skirt, and I just hit a 360. But not on purpose. Let's go over there. So the hard thing is that I actually think I should have waited on the learning how to drift, because now that I have the handbrake, I'm used to drifting with only the clutch. So it's kind of like a bad habit built up really quickly. That was great. That was actually great. And I initiated it with the handbrake. That's what it's about. That one was not initiated with the handbrake, but it was still a great drift. Right here, let's try handbrake. All right, see, that was great, and I initiated with the handbrake. Off the road there, but see, that's why I love this BMW. It's like a great car. Let's restart session, get a fresh start. That was some crazy angle, and I held it. Let's restart that though, because I don't. Even though the tires get absolutely destroyed while drifting, you still want a fresh set usually. Off the road, but we're not that bad off this time. I initiated down with the handbrake. Kind of broke the engine there. I shifted into third instead of fifth. I'm gonna take the escape road over here. I don't even know if this is an escape road. It's way too far off from the track. And I hit. How did that kill the engine? I like grazed it and it killed the engine. Yeah, I'm out of juice. You know which one could go really good? The the RX-7. But this one. Yesterday we were trying to drift it and it wouldn't because I didn't have a handbrake. Today I do, and this car seems very dependent on it. I think actually on cart would do great this time just because we have a handbrake and because of this little car. Ooh. See, I got the handbrake right here. Oh, you can see it pull it. All right. Okay, I hit the thing because I initiated too early. Let's go backwards. Let's restart that. I The car is very. Okay. Whew, I need to watch a couple videos or something because like actually drifting, like anytime you look at it, you're like, oh, that looks decently easy. You're like, it doesn't look that bad until you actually start drifting. You like drifting. I've always drifters and rally people. And rally drivers. I've always had immense respect for them just because like you're driving a car over the limit and controlling it. That's a skill. Like it'll also make me a safer driver if I know how to catch the car whenever it's slipping. It'll help me a lot. And I will change the racetrack to Black Cat County, but the let's go short because I see that there's a lot more turns. So even this little car, the one that I had no problem with drifting with a formula wheel, is now giving problems. Let's get out of this little hole real quick. Right there. .360. Right here we got a good corner. Let's try to drift here. So, I think we should just, I'm gonna stick to the 180SX just because I feel like it is a very versatile car. Because it's like the mix, they're almost the same size. If you see, the parking lot size doesn't really change much. And then there's the E36, that is one of my favorite cars, but I know the Death Wish Garage, that is DWG right here, is one of the most realistic cars to drive. So I will be driving this one. And for drifting, the thing is that I don't have that many good drifting tracks. I have Ayanuga and Silverstone, but are these really good drift tracks? And then there's a drift one, but this one, from what I've seen, it is tiny. That's the only thing I would change, is that it's a little small. But we are going to do that one. I also love the sound of this car. Let me throw it in neutral. Alright. So I initiated that one, trying to go into here. Let's go over here. I feel like this is a second gear. See, it's just like, when am I supposed to use it? See, that's like a clutch kick type thing. It's because, like, whenever I try to use the handbrake, it's like, it works sometimes, like right here. But like in a lot of these, from what I've seen, it's more so clutch kick. See, like, let's go over here. That was better than me initiating with the handbrake. But let's try right here. All right, let's keep practicing. There's nothing. Okay, that was decent, but so the thing we are trying to do is we are trying. Well, you see how the hands are moving? Moving a little funny, but all right, let's exit here. Can I change the settings on this thing? Setups. Tire pressure. So if we raising the tire pressure makes the car slippier. Lowering it makes it grip up more. Lowering the tire pressure will give you more traction and grip, but also less precision, lower top speed, and more heat. Raising the tire pressure will give you more precise steering, higher top speed, and maybe lower the tire temperatures if you don't overdrive the car. Yes. Are these? This is rear. No, this is left front, left rear, right front, right rear. I'm gonna raise that up to 30 and I'm gonna drop this to 25. Let's test that. If it works, great. And if not, we can always revert it. It was at 32.26. So it does slide easier. I will say that. I just hit the handbrake and it just slid almost immediately. But apart from that, there wasn't. If anything, I can kind of feel it more planted. Drifting in the pit lane is a little wild. Hit the wall, but let's keep trying. At least I stayed on the road. So I'll just say it wasn't that good of a run. That one was with the handbrake. Let's revert those. Let's revert the settings. I left front, left rear. Left rear. Why is it higher? These are supposed to be 30. These 25. Oh, hey Audrey. Thanks for watching. Um, so I got a new handbrake and we're learning how to drift again because I've been learning with the clutch kick only. And right now we're tweaking with the settings because the rear is gripping up too much. I just don't want it to revert. If it reverts again, I'll have to change it. So I didn't go off the road there, but that wasn't that good of a drift. The entry and the corner linking were decent. It's just the fact that I couldn't stay on the road that made the drift. Hey, I did a 360 though. Not on purpose, but it's there. Okay, see, entry on that corner was great. I actually really liked that entry. But you shift it up. I need like a huge parking lot. I'm gonna try to find that Shutoku map with the parking because it'll be great if I. Okay, so left front is still higher than left rear. I don't like that. I think I have to save it. Let's just go right here, 30. Let's go 30, 34. Because I don't want 35 because 35 sounds a little high. Okay, now it's 0, 2. 30. 32. And I think we have to save it apparently. So I'll just save it like that. I thought it just saved whenever you press test, but Shutoku. So see, I've driven here and I know which place this is. But then there's this supposedly called main layout that's here. I think the place to start is at the top. I think that's where the parking lot is. Or is it? It might be this one. I'm going to try out this one and then we'll try out the other one. Just because I kind of need a parking lot to drift somewhat well with the handbrake to like get a feel for the car and stuff. And then I feel like we can start learning more upon that base. Anytime I load up a modded map that has like AI traffic or something, the AI spline is always what takes long. Like down here, it shows what's happening. See, asynchronous loading, it's what always takes long, but takes long in a sense that it doesn't take that long. It's just like it'll take like 15, 20 seconds probably. If it takes longer, I'll change the map. But we do need a solid like parking lot. Yeah, see right there. It already loaded. But we do need like a parking lot to better understand the car. See, this is decent. We got like a turn right here. Alright, how loud is it? That's pretty good. Just so you guys can see it better. The car jumped up, but oh yeah, right there is the exit. See, right here is where we kind of want to be. Hey, that was great actually. A little more speed probably, but we're on the right track. I actually like this parking lot. Not right there. That takes you to the freeway. Boom. In real life, that probably would have cracked my rim or like destroyed the lower A arm. So that's why we practice, right? Just so in real life I don't destroy the car. Boom. Maybe a softer suspension. Right there we probably could have gone over and it would have been fine, but I do like of course we need a bigger parking lot, but for what we had right there, that was pretty good. The Nordschleifer, but like not so the Nürburgring on a Grand Prix track could probably be decent. Shibauda. Maybe this one. Ugh. Texas weather, it's mid-December and it's 75 degrees. Like Texas weather is just like it'll be 75 degrees. Like of course like winter hasn't started yet, but what do you mean it's mid-December and 75 degrees? It's relatively hot in here. But supposedly it was gonna get colder around next week. Hopefully, but what parking lot does this look like? The parking lot's dark. Can I turn on the headlights? Let's try right here. Oh, this is like in Fast and the Furious. You know whenever they're going down the spiral thing with the cars. Right here. Okay, I just destroyed the engine. I meant to go from 5th to 4th. I went from 5th to 2nd. But I do see... Actually... Yeah, I can't drive anymore. I have to restart, but... Let's take it a little slower this time. Still going this way, just because I did see there was that corner that I wanted to drift on. Somewhat saved the car, but let's drive over there to the city. I want to know if I can drive in there. If I can drive in the city, that'll be great. That's like the perfect playground. Okay. Who puts a wall there? And an invisible wall too? And the engine is gone. You guys can't see it. There's a damage indicator right here. But if you guys want something in the chat, throw something in the chat. I know sometimes I always drive the same things, especially recently I've been driving only drift tracks. This is the one I was talking about. See, it was initiated with a handbrake, and that was decent, actually. But the only thing I probably would have done different is accelerate earlier. Right here, we're just going to turn around. I hit the car a little bit there, but... That was pretty good, actually. We're getting better. Hey, see, this is like a big parking lot. So we're gonna practice doing donuts. I see over there there's like a bigger area, so we're gonna pull up over here, but... Okay, it didn't... I don't know why the car like shuts off or something. And I hit the car right there, but... this corner right here. Let's try to drift it. Just got to build up a little speed. This is definitely a clutch kick corner. So drifting, this corner is, it's difficult. I'll say that. Right here I see a corner. Turn right to go left. Turn right to go left is on some rally stuff, or like also drifting, but more so it's just the concept of counter steering. That's all it is. Okay, I linked the corners decently there. I actually really like that. .360 and almost hit the wall, but we did it. Right here's like a third gear clutch kick. So I think I have to watch a couple videos. Also, one is I have to focus on. I have to learn how to use these. Being because I have a general idea of how to use the gears and the handbrake. I just don't know what time. So you can just watch the professional times and professional videos. Also, on setups, I do know that lower pressure equals higher grip. Higher pressure means lower grip. And there's differences on that. But also, another thing we have to know is roll bars, sway bars, and lower control arms. Those all are applicable to the handling of the car. So, yeah, hopefully, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Audrey, for watching. You're probably my biggest supporter, so thank you for that. And I will be streaming on Monday. I think Monday I'll be streaming a race again, possibly BMW M2 at Winton Park or the Formula Ford 1600. But thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you, Audrey, for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.